Archangel Michael says, there is a silent desperation growing behind someone's eyes, a person who once wronged you more than they'd ever admit out loud. They've gone over every word they wish they could take back, but now, it's too late to erase what was done. Still, they're preparing to crawl through their guilt with one final attempt to reach your heart. They have rewritten the same apology over and over, rehearsing it quietly when no one else is around. Their lips tremble in the mirror as they speak your name, scared that you won't even care enough to listen when the time comes. The moment of confession is drawing near, and it's heavier than they ever imagined. They underestimated your strength, your silence, and the grace you carried while being broken. But now, the silence is turning into noise, voices around them are reminding them what they lost. Every step they take is haunted by the truth they refuse to speak sooner. Their chest tightens at night. Regret has made a home in their throat. The words that could once have healed are now just whispers fighting through shame. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Someone in their circle is encouraging them to finally face you. That person has seen how this guilt is rotting them from within, turning their pride into ash. They don't know how much longer they can carry the lie of, "I'm okay." They watch you from afar, noticing how much stronger you've become since they disappeared. You shine in rooms they thought you'd never walk into without them. This only deepens the pain they've buried under layers of avoidance. They speak to themselves at night, pretending they're speaking to you. Their mind replays your last conversation like a scratched record, hoping they'll remember how you looked before the pain settled in. But every time they try to sleep, the image of your disappointed eyes pierces through them. They whisper apologies into the dark, as if the walls could echo them to your soul. But the truth is, they don't know if they deserve your attention anymore. That's what keeps them quiet, the fear that they may be too late. Type Amen to get blessing 624. Archangel Michael says, you may not realize how powerful your forgiveness is in their story. But the universe has witnessed every tear, every moment you chose peace over vengeance. And now, a divine shift is forming around your name. There is no force stronger than divine justice wrapped in silence. And you, dear soul, have become the definition of unshaken power. They never imagined you could heal without them, but you did, and that shook their world. Now, they are practicing every sentence. Not for performance, but in raw desperation. They're not planning a show, they're fighting for a sliver of redemption. They no longer want the same love, they just want peace from the guilt that haunts them daily. But peace isn't free. They know they must come to you with nothing but truth and trembling hands. Type Amen to get blessing 757. They fear that when they finally speak, you'll smile kindly and walk away, not out of cruelty, but because you've outgrown the pain. And that's what hurts them most, the idea that their biggest apology might be met with quiet grace, not returned love. That is the moment they'll fully understand what they threw away. Every day leading up to their approach is a rehearsal in humility. Their ego has shattered like glass beneath the weight of your resilience. No one had to punish them, life did that the moment you chose yourself. They've asked others what to say to you. But no one knows how to help them, because only they know the depth of the damage they caused. That's why they've gone silent again, their pride and shame fighting for control. Sometimes, they even cry, not for sympathy, but because their soul is burning. Regret is a language of its own, and they are fluent in it now. Every sentence they draft is soaked in remorse. Type Amen to get blessing 1189. They are scared you've already found someone who treats you better. This fear wraps around their thoughts like chains. It's not jealousy, it's a haunting understanding that someone else would never do what they did. The places they used to go with you now feel cold and distant. Their favorite coffee no longer tastes the same. Even laughter has become rare, because it always reminds them of what they can no longer laugh about with you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, your energy has become untouchable. You rose from wounds they expected would ruin you. And now, your spirit glows with wisdom they never had the patience to understand. They are praying for the moment to come, when they can say your name without choking. But even they don't know how you'll receive them. They want closure, but they can't demand it. Type Amen to get blessing 914. Their friends know something is wrong. They see the shifts, the unspoken guilt, the distant stares. But no one can guess the weight of the apology that's trying to be born. They may try to contact you soon. Not with loud noise, but a soft knock, a hesitant text, or even a long email with pauses between every sentence. It will be filled with vulnerability they never showed before. They are hoping for a miracle, but preparing for silence. Still, they will try, not for reconciliation, but for peace within. The silence between you has become their punishment. When they appear, you'll feel it in your chest before they say a word. Your intuition will tingle. Because even without speaking, your soul will know, they've been rehearsing this moment for a long time. Type Amen to get blessing 1121. They didn't expect your silence to teach them more than your words ever could. But here they are, crumbling in the presence of your absence. You became their lesson. A sacred, painful, divine awakening. They may come with tears, or trembling, or both. They may say things like, I never stopped caring, or, I wish I could go back. But their words will shake, because they know they're not entitled to your forgiveness. Archangel Michael says, your strength is not in your reply. It is in your peace. Whether you open the door or walk away, your spirit remains intact and unshaken. They are not the same person who walked away. Life has humbled them beyond recognition. They've battled inner demons they never told anyone about, all while remembering how you stood by them. Type Amen to get blessing 1404. You are no longer their comfort zone. You've become their mirror, the one they avoided, but can no longer deny. And when they speak, they will crumble before your eyes. They have watched your growth in secret. From the outside, they see a light that no longer includes them. And that realization has destroyed their illusion of control. They've lost the right to call you theirs. But still, they are drawn to your light like a moth to fire. Not to burn you, but because it's the only warmth their soul still remembers. They are not just apologizing, they are unraveling. Every part of them is breaking open in hopes that maybe, just maybe, you'll witness their honesty and offer grace. Type Amen to get blessing 1777. But even if you don't, that moment will still set them free. Because speaking the truth, finally, is their redemption. And whether you forgive or stay silent, their soul will finally be unburdened. They will speak slower than usual. Their voice may crack. But their eyes, those will hold all the pain they've swallowed for too long. Archangel Michael says, you don't owe them anything. But your compassion could save a life. Not because they deserve it, but because your soul is too elevated for bitterness. You will feel the shift as they speak. Time may slow down. And in that moment, you will know, karma has completed its circle. Type Amen to get blessing 1909. Their life has become a series of rehearsals for a moment they both dread and long for. Every version of their apology sounds weaker than the next. Because there are no perfect words to cover wounds caused by betrayal. Their palms will sweat. Their heart will race. But they will speak. They may break down. They may freeze mid-sentence. But when they do speak, you will hear not just their voice, but the echoes of their suffering. They want peace, but peace requires truth. And now, they've finally chosen truth over pride. For the first time, they are stepping into the fire they created. Type Amen to get blessing 2055. You don't have to prepare. You already passed the test. You already proved your strength. What's coming is not your burden, it is their release. Let them pour. Let them weep. Let them ask. But remember, your answer doesn't define your worth, your growth already proved everything. The past no longer holds you. And the apology is no longer a key, it's just a closing page. Archangel Michael says, you are wrapped in divine justice. Let the words come. Let the past crumble. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. They never thought they'd kneel in spirit before the person they once ignored. But now, the shame inside them is louder than any excuse they could make. It has built a storm within their mind, and there's no escaping it. They've lived every day in a quiet war with themselves. A war between telling you the truth or letting it remain buried while pretending they've moved on. But the truth has become louder than their pride, and now it screams for release. You, unknowingly, have held their soul hostage, not because you asked for it, but because they never set things right. They see you in dreams, in moments of silence, and in crowds where your presence never really leaves them. You're the voice inside their head whispering, you know what you must do. Their heart races every time they think of you. And lately, that's every moment of every day. There is no rest when guilt becomes your shadow. Type Amen to get blessing 2379. They may approach you when you least expect it, a random call, a sudden message, a knock when the day seems calm. But inside that message, inside those words, will be trembling confessions wrapped in desperation. They are not looking for praise or sympathy, only release. They will tell you things you never knew. They will explain the silence, the betrayal, the fear. But even those words won't carry the weight of their actions, only their eyes will. Don't be surprised if they cry. Their tears are the tears they should have shed years ago. And now, they flow for both you and themselves, for everything lost in the silence between you. You don't need to say much. Even your quiet listening will echo louder than a scream. They need to speak more than you need to hear, and that alone shows how the tables have turned. Type Amen to get blessing 2511. They wanted control once. They had pride like armor and cold words like weapons. But now, every sharp edge has dulled, and they stand before you defenseless. You'll sense that they're not just saying sorry, they are breaking apart. And you'll see how life humbled them in ways they never saw coming. They aren't just seeking your forgiveness, they're seeking forgiveness from themselves too. You may see the person, but you'll feel the weight of the battles they fought behind closed doors. Some nights, they clutched pillows hoping to dream of you again. But dreams turned into nightmares when they saw you walking away smiling, without them. They never thought your absence would teach them so much. But it has. And now, they understand that losing you wasn't just a mistake, it was the lesson that changed their life. Type Amen to get blessing 2666. Archangel Michael says, some souls are only awakened after loss. Yours was a gift they never valued, until life made them beg for peace. And now, their voice is no longer arrogant, it's trembling with need. They will ask to speak. And when they do, let them pour it all out. You don't owe them a second chance, but you do deserve the truth, if only to heal what they broke. You'll know in your spirit when the moment comes. The air will feel different. And something inside you will whisper, it's time. They might try to explain everything, but explanations are not what matter, the energy will speak louder. Their voice may quiver. Their eyes may avoid yours. But deep down, you will know they are not who they were. Type Amen to get blessing 2780. They might try to hold back, but it won't work. Emotions kept in chains too long always explode when the truth finally arrives. You will see them come undone in a way that no apology can mask. They are no longer interested in being right, they only want peace. And peace, for them, means finally confessing what has haunted them all this time. This isn't closure for you alone, it's redemption for their soul. The words, I'm sorry, will carry more pain than satisfaction. And even if you forgive them, the memory of what was lost will still echo between you. Forgiveness doesn't always rebuild, sometimes, it just releases. But for them, your forgiveness, even if silent, will be the start of their new life. A life where they can breathe again. A life where shame is no longer their daily companion. Type Amen to get blessing 2888. They may confess things you never even imagined. Secrets hidden in silence. Truths layered under lies. But you will not be shaken. You will not cry. Because this moment was never about reopening wounds, it was always about showing that healing was possible. You have grown beyond their expectations. They wanted you to be stuck in the past, but you've become untouchable. Now, they have to face the truth, you became the version of yourself they were never ready for. Archangel Michael says, let the moment unfold. You don't have to control it. You don't have to guide it. You just have to stand in your light. Type Amen to get blessing 2992. They once rehearsed these words out of guilt. But now, they rehearse them out of surrender. The weight has become too heavy to carry. They may shake. They may hesitate. But they will speak, and they will not hold back. Some of what they say might break your heart again. But only for a moment, then it will pass. Because your strength now is unmatched. Let them cry. Let them shiver. Let them say everything they buried in their silence. You will be the calm in the storm they created. You will be the silence that heals. You will be the proof that you don't need revenge to win, you just needed time. Type Amen to get blessing 3111. They once saw you as weak because you didn't fight back. Now they see that your silence was the greatest strength of all. You didn't need to scream, your healing screamed louder. They will beg, not just for forgiveness, but for understanding. They want to be seen, not as who they were, but who they've become. But only you will decide if that matters. This is not your downfall. This is your elevation. This is not their victory. This is your testimony. Let them speak. Let them stutter. Let them say what they must. Then breathe, and let the past go. Because what's ahead of you is untouched by their sorrow. And what's meant for you cannot be stopped by their regret. Type Amen to get blessing 3264. They may hope for reconciliation. But you, dear soul, are not here to return to what broke you. You are here to rise higher. Archangel Michael says, you are divinely protected. Your peace is sacred. Your healing has already been witnessed by the heavens. So when the moment comes, when they rehearse their final apology out loud, you will know it's real. You will feel the shift. And in that sacred silence, everything will make sense. Let their voice tremble. Let their eyes soften. Let the truth finally be spoken. But remember, you already won the moment you decided to keep walking. And nothing they say can undo the light you've become. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. They will come with lowered eyes and a shaking soul. You won't need to ask a single question because their energy will answer everything. The tension in their voice, the pause before every word, all of it will scream truth louder than volume ever could. They are not just seeking peace with you, they are pleading for a moment where their soul feels unchained. Their guilt has wrapped around their chest like iron. Even their dreams have turned into apologies they never gave in real life. Every time they tried to speak your name, their throat closed with shame. Every sentence they tried to form about you collapsed under the weight of their regret. But now, the silence is unbearable, and they must speak to breathe again. They don't want to die with these words buried inside. The universe is pushing them to confess. The moment is arriving, and it is sacred. Type Amen to get blessing 3472. They may start off slow, nervous, stumbling over their thoughts. But when the truth starts pouring, it will be raw, unfiltered, and heavy. You might even see them cry, not for sympathy, but because this is the first time they've been truly honest. They thought they had time. They thought life would keep moving forward without needing to look back. But something has pulled them back to you, not for love, not for a second chance, but for spiritual survival. You are the one connection they never truly let go of, no matter how far they drifted. Your energy lives in their memory. And now, their soul demands a resolution. You may notice how different they are, aged by pain, refined by reality, humbled by time. They are not who they once were. And neither are you. Type Amen to get blessing 3529. Archangel Michael says, this apology isn't just words, it's a surrender. They are laying down their weapons and asking you to see their heart, bare and unguarded. Whether you accept or not, they must speak. They're not coming to make excuses. They know better than that. They're coming to release what's been poisoning their spirit since the day they let you go. You are their turning point. They've battled their pride for months, sometimes years, and now, all that's left is the truth they once feared. Your name is the beginning and the end of a chapter they can no longer pretend didn't happen. This is divine timing. You may have thought the door was closed forever. But destiny has brought this moment into alignment, not to reopen wounds, but to bring final healing. Type Amen to get blessing 3671. They are afraid that when they finally stand before you, you will smile and show no trace of the pain they left behind. That smile will destroy them more than any rejection could, because it will show how far you've come without them. They never imagined they would miss the chance to make it right. But they do. Every single day. And that's why this apology means more to them than even you can know. They want to feel human again. And in their eyes, only your forgiveness can grant that. They're not asking to be a part of your future, they just want permission to leave your past in peace. So when they come, let them speak. Let them tremble. Let them release. Type Amen to get blessing 3755. You don't need to hold space for their tears. Just stand in your truth. Let your stillness speak. They have learned that guilt is a slow tormentor. It doesn't scream, it whispers daily until your soul breaks down. And now, they are ready to stop running. They will say things like, I didn't know better, or I didn't realize what I was doing. And while that might be true, it doesn't erase what was done. But it shows they are finally ready to carry their part of the pain. This moment will shake them more than it will shake you. You've done your healing. But they are just starting theirs. Type Amen to get blessing 3899. They are walking through fire to face you. Not because you demanded it, but because their spirit needs it. They are finally choosing the pain of truth over the pain of avoidance. They have imagined this scene over and over. But no version felt as real as the one unfolding now. Their knees are weak, their heart is pounding, but they are doing what they never had the courage to do before. Speak with truth. Their voice will be different. Softer. More fragile. Because now, every word is a thread being pulled from a soul tangled in sorrow. You may not reply. Or you may give a single nod. Either way, your reaction will echo in them forever. Type Amen to get blessing 3991. Archangel Michael says, you don't need to say much. You've already said everything through your healing, your growth, your silence. Now it's their turn to be seen, not in glory, but in full accountability. Let them feel the weight of your presence. Let them know that even forgiveness does not erase consequence. But also let them know, you have already moved forward, with or without their apology. This is their closure, not yours. Your peace was born long before their truth arrived. And now, that truth has caught up. The moment they finish speaking, something invisible will break, a chain that held both of you in silence. And you will walk away lighter. Type Amen to get blessing 4044. They might look down, unable to hold your gaze. That's because they see who you are now, and it reminds them of what they failed to protect. You have become sacred ground they no longer feel worthy to step on. They'll try to thank you. They'll say things like, "I never forgot you," or "I always prayed for your happiness." Those words won't be lies, they'll be pieces of a heart that took too long to speak. But you don't need their thanks. You don't need their praise. You already became whole without it. Let them finish. Let them weep. Then let them go, not in anger, but in final peace. Type Amen to get blessing 4110. This moment was never about them returning to your life. It was about them finally returning to themselves. You just happened to be the mirror they needed. They will walk away different than how they arrived. Lighter, quieter, and changed. Because truth always leaves its mark. And you will rise. Not because they apologized, but because you never needed it to fly. Your freedom was always within you. So breathe deep. Smile soft. And walk forward in grace. Type Amen to get blessing 4222.